Okay, we're gonna break down the specific different points and important things and the most important basic mix principles inside of a compressor. Okay, so first we're gonna start with a threshold. Threshold is the point at which the compressor starts to actually compress. Okay, ratio determines how much gain reduction is applied after the threshold is hit. Okay, attack determines how fast the compressor reacts to the threshold. A release determines how fast the compressor releases from the threshold. Okay. So to put all those together, the threshold is the point. Let's say this is the point. Okay. And then the ratio is going to say, okay, I can only go this much when I'm compressing. Okay. The attack is determining how fast the attack happens. So if I have a slow attack and it goes bam, my compression will happen after whatever I did. If it's a slow attack, if it's a fast attack, it's gonna happen immediately. It's gonna happen very immediate. The release determines how long the compressor holds on to the actual compression once the vocal is not a vocal anymore. So once you said your word, it determines how much of it is compressed. You feel me? Like, for example, if I'm working with a kick drum, I want to have very fast attack, and I want to have a very fast release so that I don't crush it. Okay. So just depending on what we're working on, we're gonna apply these four major points to each compressor. Now, some compressors may not have a threshold. It may have a preset threshold, such as LA2A. It has preset threshold, so you'll only see input gain, and then you'll see a peak reduction gain. Your peak reduction gain in that case acts as your threshold, your ratio, your attack, and your release. Okay, because we have none of those inside of a plugin like that. Okay. So when you're working with those plugins, a CLA2A, for example, you want to make sure that you understand that the threshold, the attack, and the release, and the ratio is all inside of the peak reduction. We can't control it; it's already preset. But for plugins that we can alternate and change what we want to be sure to tune in and to really focus in on what we're looking for on that particular whatever we're working on. Okay, so please make sure you understand the basic mix principles of compression, because once we get to compression inside of the later on in the course, you can get lost because we'll be using many different type of compressions. We'll be multi-chain compression. We'll be side chain compression. You feel me? So it just depends. Make sure you understand these basic principles.